Next up, Niamh Scullion is from Balahi, County Derry, but lives in Belfast. Niamh currently works for Fighting Words NI, a wonderful charity that I sometimes get the pleasure of working with. She completed an MA in creative writing at Queen's in 2009, and since then has written short stories, film scripts, and novels that live in her laptop. This is the first fiction piece out in public, and it is called Lying. So we'll welcome Niamh to Flash Fiction Armagh.
Okay. Can I touch this? Okay. Okay. It's quite short, it's just one page. Polly could see a black line moving outside her window, running top to bottom. Its shadow fell across the vinyl tiles to the door. She hadn't noticed it before and was sure it hadn't been there, as looking out the window at changing clouds was all she could do these days. There was blue in the window today, mostly, although it was cut through with the line, which seemed now to be moving with purpose. Pick lines ran from the back of her hand to the crook of her elbow, and the two prongs of an oxygen cannula irritated her nostrils. Her bed linen was tucked severely so that she struggled to move her feet. Down the hall, doors were opening and closing as the duty nurse made her way up the corridor towards Polly's end. The orderly was wheeling a squeaking, rattling cart to collect tea things from each bed table. She could hear small talk far away, professional and brisk. It would be her turn soon. The black line moved more and more, shuddering and swaying more violently, and then feet appeared, 2 work boots, and a trickle of water, soapy water, streaked down the pane. He came into view then, the young window cleaner, and Polly had to squint, for his face looked just like her husband's had 50 years ago when she'd met him first. He was busy with a brush attached to a hose that poured out watery suds. Although it was unwieldy, he moved with a confidence and grace as though he enjoyed every movement. When the suds spread and had obscured her view, he turned the brush over and scraped the rubber edge across the pane in zigzags, catching every streak, clearing every bubble and droplet, leaving it sparkling clear as if there were no glass there at all. The sky was luminous. She could imagine the sounds he heard of the city far below, his view of the terraced estates and the sun in the west. She raised her hand to wave to him, forgetting for a moment that Tom was gone, but he did not see her. She removed the oxygen line from her face so she looked more like herself, smoothed down her hair and tried to sit up straighter, although the effort proved too much for her without help. When he pushed the lever on the mechanism to descend to the next floor, he looked through the newly cleaned window at the last moment and saw her, raised his hand and smiled and mouthed hello.